Walk me through your childhood as a Yankees fan.
I was born in New Jersey, in northern New Jersey, just over the George Washington Bridge. So both my folks worked in Manhattan. My mom was a public school teacher in Harlem, and my dad worked for Citibank. And as you're aware, New Jersey does not have a professional baseball team. We have the New Jersey Devils, but that's about it. And so you have to choose whether you're a Mets fan or a Yankees fan. My father did not know anything about sports or care about sports. I don't think he literally knew that there were 9 innings in a baseball game. And my mom realized that this would be a deficit for a young boy growing up in the world. And so she curated sports for me and brought me to games. And the first game that she brought me to was a Yankees game. So I became enamored of the Yankees in the late 70s, which was a very exciting time to be a Yankees fan. And mostly, my gateway into the Yankees was Reggie Jackson. So I was just immensely enamored with Mr. October, and so that was the beginning of what has become a 47-year love affair with the New York Yankees. And I love the Dodgers too. I moved out to LA in the early 90s, and obviously they have Brooklyn roots, but if and when the Yankees play the Dodgers, I find myself rooting for the Yankees. So that's the long and short of it.
What's your idea of a perfect sports movie or a perfect sports show?
Oh man, well, Friday Night Lights is the gold standard. I actually have my fandom for that show is off the charts, and I talked about it obsessively over the course of the last decade, and so their art department actually heard me blathering on and on about how much I loved it. So I have a Clear Hearts, a Full Eyes Clear Hearts, Can't Lose, replica over the door to my office, and I tap it whenever I come in the morning. So I think that's the quintessential sports TV show for me. And I think like The Natural is probably my favorite sports movie. Although there's a special place in my heart for Hoosiers as well. Those are like both movies that were kind of running over and over again on HBO in the early days before, VCRs had proliferated and you would watch a movie 85 times. So I know both of those movies pretty much chapter and verse.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.